Now this shouldn't come as a surprise. I'm a huge Rex and Orange County fan. I mean, you could see it in my YouTube channel. You want guitar tutorials, you want covers, you want reaction videos. You want it, you got it. And if you follow him, you probably already know that he's going to be releasing his new album soon. So I thought, why not look at his past albums, kind of like a recap before the new one comes. Hello everyone, and if you're new here, welcome. And today we're going to react to Rex Orange County's Apricot Princess album. So as far as the album title as well as the album cover is concerned, I've read somewhere that Apricot Princess is the nickname of her former girlfriend at the time, so
that's rough, buddy.
Yeah, and with a bit of hindsight, the album cover reminds me of one of the sets in the music video in his song Untitled in this album. And before we begin, please do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. And if you guys would like me to react to anything else such as songs, music videos, music albums, that sort of stuff, just comment it down below as well and I'll try to do it for you. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just get to it. Ooh, that's an intro track. Very dramatic.
Only one to me, my mother, and it shows.
If your lover's parents approves of you, that's a pretty huge deal. Especially when it's their dad, because dads are usually overprotective of their daughters. And if they like you or like they approve of you in your relationship, you're pretty much in there. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time that I've heard this song, and I call myself a Rex Orange County fan, what the heck? There's nothing too much to dissect here. I mean, the lyrics are pretty much in there, pretty much on the surface, meaning's pretty explicit. I don't know if it's the maracas or something for the percussion, but this kind of sound, it's not really the sound that I associate Rex Orange County with. Who knows, I mean, this is just the intro song. There's like some songs in here that I've already heard, but there's also some in here that I haven't heard yet, so yeah. Might as well move on to the next one. Now next up is called Television / So Far So Good. Now this one I've already heard. Also made a guitar tutorial on it in my channel. Check it out if you want.
Hey, I'm not afraid. I can be myself and there was so much happiness then we were still yet to find.
I really appreciate Rex Orange County's self-awareness in this verse. I mean, he knows that he's pretty much just vulnerable and just wants someone or something to cling on to when it comes to the sadness in life. And he's like, I know that I'm flirting with you, but it's nothing personal really. I'm just sad.
To be the one who makes me smile.
See, one of the things that I really like about Rex Orange County's lyrics is that it comes across as a bit conversational in a way. Kind of like something that he just writes down in his journal or like diary entry for some reason. And it just so happens that it fits well with a chord progression or like notes and stuff like that. And he's basically in there like, hey,
I could make a song out of that.
So in the majority of the track, the sadness is pretty much blanketed by this lively melodic beat. Kind of like something that you could dance to while you're crying in the shower, sitting. Yeah. And in the very end of the track here, it's pretty much stripped away. So you're just in there listening to Rex Orange County's vulnerability in this track, and you're just there, just straight up crying. So next up, we have Nothing. That whole sequence just works for me. You might call it simple, but I don't know, it just works.
Nothing. Cause lately I've been missing you, and I just kinda want your body.
This part hits different when you're in a 4-year long distance relationship, I'm not gonna lie.
Something that could ease my pain.
Now with the way that this song hits me, I really feel like Rex Orange County is also longing for his Apricot Princess here. I don't know, there's just something in this that implies that they're in kind of like this long distance relationship. I mean, yeah, in this song he's also trying to hold on to this relationship by convincing himself that nothing else could ever top this feeling or like this relationship. But yeah, like as all people are, there's also gonna be some times where things could prove a little bit difficult sometimes. You're gonna feel a little bit vulnerable, so you might as well just ask the other person for like some support as well, even though usually you're like the person that gives support to that other person in the relationship. But yeah, all in all, relationship should be a give and take anyway. You are gonna have a bad day, and your girlfriend or your boyfriend's also gonna have a bad day at some point. I mean, isn't that what the relationship's all about? Few seconds in, and I really feel like Daniel Cecil will really suit this track. But yeah, I'll shut up now.
I'm a slave right away, and I'm here for good.
I guess I'm falling in the same way. I'm just like you, boy.
Now in this song, I really can't help but feel like they're romanticizing like being over dependent on the other person in the relationship. Saying things like you're all I need or like all I see and all of that stuff. Like, that's a lot of pressure for the other person, not gonna lie. I mean, to me, it's like a bit excessive to like orbit your entire life on like that other person in the relationship. Because like if worst comes to worst, like that's not gonna be a good thing. I mean, have they been on and off? I don't really follow love lives of artists that I like that much. I'm just there for the music.
But I don't know, man. I mean, this song could be one big foreshadowing of like what happened in their relationship. I mean, that could be the reason why they broke up. I don't know, man.
Now this next track holds a really special place in my heart. I mean, the lyrics in this song is just straightforward. It's just honest and vulnerable. I really relate to it. You know what? Just listen to it.
Make enough mistakes, and it feels like she's the only one that hears the things I say. 'Cause I can barely breathe, and I don't know how I'll explain myself this time. Why can't I be any other boy? Probably hate me too.
When it comes to the structuring of this song, none of it feels conventional in my opinion, which makes it much more special to me. It just straight up says what it wants to say. And yeah, I mean, just like any other song, this one also is like Rex Orange County being self-reflective, like him hating himself of like doing the things that he's doing, which might cost him the relationship at this point, like being sad that that might happen, and like the frustration of like, why don't I ever change and stuff like that. It's like a pretty classic sad boy situation, pretty toxic in my opinion. I mean, if you like take a step back, the usual response of the girl might be,
Oh, I don't hate you, like you're worth loving and all of that stuff.
but like if you're just basically just done with the whole thing, let me just say.
I just say that again and again, like, you don't change, might as well leave you.
But even though Rex Orange County feels sad and like angry at himself here, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like the girlfriend breaking up with him might be the very thing that he needs in order to be like, get out of the toxic environment that he's put himself into. It's a pretty dope track. I really like it a lot. It's about being sad and being angry towards yourself. It's right up my alley. Yeah, really like it. So next up, we have Four Seasons.
Who am I to judge when I don't care about them either?
This reminds me of like people who feel sad when like nobody reaches up to them on like their messenger, like Instagram or something. Like, you don't even make the first move, so like, what are you doing?
They're all off doing what they wanna do.
Yeah, that kind of situation is gonna hurt. Like, you don't really hate the guy or like something. I mean, you guys are pretty good friends, but it's just like the friendship just outgrows itself sometimes. Like me, for example. I mean, there's like some friends that I have in the Philippines that I don't really connect that much now since I'm here in New Zealand. So it's like, I mean, you just gotta go through with it.
Falling to pieces.
Does that remind you of something?
Falling to pieces.
Nah, probably not.
Even though I'm a walking emotion. See if I can cope without them so pain, without them so pain.
Yeah, like when you're like going through this tough spot or like a painful transition in your life, it's gonna be nice to have someone to rely on for like an emotional support. Man, this song just hits me.
And we don't even need to mention all the things that matter or anything you're stressing about.
Yeah, I get that too sometimes. But like I get back from work, then I just call my girlfriend up and we just talk. Then like all the things that I'm stressing about at work just goes away. And it's just nice. You know what I mean? And yeah, aside from that, I'm probably gonna cry myself to sleep later listening to this song. But aside from that, track's pretty dope. So next up, we have Waiting Room.
Reunion, I'd rather be anywhere but here. My lover's best friend, no, he doesn't know what to suggest.
I remember being a boy best friend to someone who's also in a relationship at the time and having to like console her on her breakup, and also being a friend to her ex-boyfriend, so that was a rough time.
God might judge me then, I don't even wanna stay.
I mean, even though you could say that hating God is bad, I kind of feel for Rex Orange County in this song as well, because sometimes there's kind of like this reasoning in your head that's like, oh, God might use this breakup for me to like develop myself as a person, and like, or just thinking on the other path as like, why not let me go through all this trouble? Like, why just not let me be happy? I'm pretty sure God can take the hit sometimes, and like, pretty sure he has the patience to like be understanding and be patient and like explaining the things, why things happen. I mean, all I'm saying is that it's much healthy to just vent it out than to just bottle it all up inside you. And yeah, I feel like this song also proves my point on the Sycamore girl, where it kind of shows the dangers of being too dependent on the other person in the relationship. Because it's like you're having a pretty rough time outside of the relationship, then once the relationship ends, like, what'll be of you then? Yeah, someone solicited advice, just try to be like the stable foundation for yourself, fix yourself, like be that stable foundation that you can rely on. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's just how it is. Yeah, pretty dope though. Nice. So next track we have Never Enough. Let's go listen to it.
But that's never enough. 'Cause when you might
Find it hard to cry. So for this song, I really have no concrete clue on like what it's about. Although my only guess is that this song is basically about him going through this tough time and like trying to grieve his family member's death or something. Now we're in the second to the last track of this album already, and I really feel like even though the instrumental varies, the key on like Rex Orange County sings doesn't really vary all of that much. He basically just tries to sing on like the keys that he's comfortable with singing, which I really feel like is also a great strength for him. I mean, his versatility when it comes to like the tunes that he tries to sing this songs isn't really one of his main strengths in my opinion. It's more of like the lyrics that he's trying to say, as well as the simplicity of his singing pretty much. It's like, he's just trying to say these things with a tune pretty much. Like a theater, like Broadway musical or something like that. It's just pretty straightforward in my opinion. Pretty conversational, like I've said before. And yeah, I just really like that. I just really like that style of him singing. And so for the last track, we have Happiness.
I'll be the one that stays till the end, one that will love you the way I'm supposed to.
In that section of the song right there, the violins are like the strings on that instrumental reminds me of the end part of the Pluto Projector song by Rex. Could say that he's kind of like also exploring the musicality of the songs that he wants to do. It's a very nice touch in my opinion. I mean, now that I think about it, this song reminds me of a wedding vow in a wedding ceremony or something like that. And yeah, this could be something that the groom might say to the bride or something like that, where like instead of just saying it, you could sing it out in the form of this song or something like that. And yeah, as far as the lyrics go, again, it's very heartfelt, very intimate. The lyrics are very vulnerable, which is something that Rex Orange County does to a T. And yeah, it's just really cool. And yeah, so that was Rex Orange County's Apricot Princess album. So personally, what I really like about Rex Orange County's albums is not because of the way that he sings those songs. He doesn't really switch up the flows when it comes to his melodies when he's playing. It feels like he's just writing a diary entry on his journal or something like that, and it just so happens that it sounds good with a note or like a chord progression. And his songs feel theatrical to me for some reason. Kind of feels like you're watching a Broadway musical or something like that, which is pretty cool, although I won't deny that it's not really that much for everyone. And yeah, I mean, he has his own style and he really gets the most out of his limited resources as a musician, even though he only uses generally strings like the violin or like the piano and like the electric guitar. And yeah, although his singing isn't really that versatile and just keeps on like that same pattern over and over again for some people, I really feel like the instrumental is the only thing that keeps dynamic, or like it's not the only thing that is static when it comes to his songs. I I mean, there's always something that keeps it refreshing, from like the complex chord progressions and it being jazzy, or like, and him being able to escalate the emotions that is being portrayed in this song. Really has a good sense when it comes to those things, in my opinion. And yeah, even though it's kind of simple when it comes to him singing, I mean, I don't know, it really hits me for some reason. For me, it makes it that much more relatable and much more intimate to listen to. It's just more out there, it's just much more explicit when it comes to other artists, which makes it much more easier to connect to, which makes it much more easier to understand on a more broader scale audience, in my opinion. But with that said, I'm definitely excited on the new album that's coming up. So again, Rex Orange County, Apricot Princess. So yeah, this is the end of the reaction video. Thank you guys for reaching this far into the video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it so that I'll know. And please once again do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for my future videos. So if you guys would like me to react to anything else, just comment it down below as well, and I'll try to do it for you. If you guys would like to watch my other reaction videos, just click these ones right here. It's all good, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.